I'm Shreya and this is Decoding Code. In this video, we will talk about where you write your code and some errors that you might come across when you're coding. So let's just get right into the video. Alright, so where do we write our code? Obviously, we can't just write it down on a piece of paper and expect the computer to read it, understand it, and follow through with the instructions. So where do we write our code? The answer is an IDE, which is an integrated development environment. An IDE is a software program that helps you to make other software programs, which is actually pretty cool. And the IDE is a graphical user interface. And there's so many big words and phrases here, but basically that means that you can interact with it and it can interact with you, which makes it easier for you and you can do so many cool things with it. The IDE helps you write your code and debug your code. What is debugging your code? Debugging your code is going through and finding all of the typos or mistakes in your code and then fixing it. And the IDE helps you do that. All programming languages have certain rules and structure that you have to follow in order for your code to run properly. And the IDE helps us follow these rules. So, for example, if you're writing a document in English and you type something wrong, then there will probably be some indicator and it'll tell you that it's wrong by maybe putting like a squiggly line under it or using some other indicator. So similarly, the IDE tells us if something is wrong. Now, these rules that you have to follow are called syntax. Now, if you don't follow these rules, then it'll give you a syntax error. And all programming languages have different rules. So just keep that in mind when learning new languages. And all syntax has to be followed exactly if you want your program to run properly. Now, those are syntax errors, and those are like grammar or where you put punctuation and that kind of stuff if we're talking about a real life language. Now, there are also other types of errors that you might encounter in your code. And this type of error is called a semantic error. Now, what a semantic error is that it is a kind of like a logic error. So basically, the IDE or computer can't tell you that a semantic error is wrong. It can't distinguish a semantic error. And why this is because a semantic error is like let's eat grandma versus let's eat, grandma. Now both of these sentences are correct sentences and they both have grammar and good punctuation and they're both correct sentences, but they have different meanings. So similarly, semantic errors are when you type something and it has good grammar, but it doesn't mean what you want it to mean. Now the computer doesn't know what you mean when you're typing. It doesn't know what you mean, it only knows what you type. So it cannot tell you if there's a semantic error because it just thinks that what you're saying is correct and it can read the instructions, so it goes through and does the instructions. So semantic errors are logic errors that the computer cannot tell you are wrong. So just keep your eyes peeled for those and make sure that your code has the correct meaning and that it runs properly. Now, both of these errors you will probably find in your code when you start to code, so it's very important to know what they are and how to fix them. Now, I talked about the two types of errors and IDEs, so that is actually it. That is all I wanted to talk about to you guys in this video. In my next video, we will be talking about some basic things and basic building blocks for writing code and computer science. So make sure you check that out. And those are sequences, selection, and loops. So make sure you check that video out when it comes out. If you liked this video, like and subscribe to get more of my content. And yeah, comment down below any feedback or questions you guys might have for me. and I will do my best to read them. I will see you guys again next week with that new video, so bye!